In the dead of night on September 19, 1976, the tranquility of the skies over Tehran, Iran, was shattered. On this ordinary night, an extraordinary event unfolded. A mysterious glowing object was spotted soaring through the darkness, leaving an indelible mark on the witnesses who saw it. As word spread, the Iranian Air Force sprang into action. They scrambled their most advanced fighter jet, the F-4 Phantom II, to intercept this unidentified visitor. As the pilot of the F-4 approached the strange object, his instruments began to malfunction. The radar, communications, and even the weapons systems of the fighter jet went dead, as if some powerful force was jamming them. It was as if the aircraft and its pilots had been deliberately targeted. But the pilot wasn't alone in his experience. On the ground, air traffic controllers and radar operators at the Mehrabad airport witnessed the same thing. Their sophisticated equipment, designed to pierce through the skies, was suddenly rendered useless. The pilot, shaken by the sudden failure of his instruments, wisely decided to disengage. He put as much distance between himself and the mysterious object as possible. But as soon as he created that distance, his instruments, as if awakening from a deep slumber, began to function again. The experience left him baffled. Had he just encountered something beyond human comprehension? The Iranian Air Force, determined to get to the bottom of this incident, scrambled another F-4 fighter jet. This time, they were better prepared. As the new pilot approached the unidentified object, which was still hovering in the skies above Tehran, he made sure to keep a safe distance. He didn't want to risk the same fate as his comrade, but he wanted answers. At this distance, he could see the object clearly, and it looked like nothing he had ever seen before. It was round, metallic, and seemed to be floating effortlessly in the sky. The pilot, with renewed determination, decided to engage. He locked onto the object and fired a missile. But just as he did, his weapons system went haywire, just like before. The missile veered off course, and the pilot watched helplessly as it flew away. He had failed. The object he was chasing remained unscathed, but the mystery deepened. As the pilot watched, a smaller, glowing object detached itself from the larger one and started heading directly for him. The smaller object was moving at an incredible speed, gaining on the F-4 rapidly. The pilot, realizing that he was in grave danger, took evasive action, banking away sharply to avoid a collision. But the strange object didn't pursue. It hovered briefly, as if changing direction, and then vanished. The pilot, shaken by the close call, managed to radio his experience to the ground crew. He described the larger object as being about the size of a large house, and the smaller one as a silvery disc. As the minutes ticked by, the larger object suddenly shot off into the distance at impossible speeds, leaving the smaller one behind. The pilot, realizing the danger had passed, began to return to base. His encounter was over, but the questions it raised were just beginning. When the pilot landed, he was met with a scene of confusion. Other pilots and air traffic controllers were buzzing with excitement, sharing stories of similar experiences. It seemed that what he had witnessed was part of a larger phenomenon that had been baffling the Iranian Air Force for weeks. Then there were three scents. The first report in August, there had been a constant stream of sightings. Civilians were reporting strange lights in the sky, objects that seemed to defy the laws of physics, and even brief, inexplicable periods of time when their clocks had stopped. This wasn't just a local curiosity. The event in Tehran in 1976 was significant enough to catch the attention of the United States. The U.S. Defense Intelligence Agency, or DIA, sent a team to Iran to investigate these incidents. They interviewed pilots, radar operators, and civilian witnesses. They collected radar data and tried to piece together what was happening. Their conclusion was startling. They described the Tehran incident as a classic UFO case, citing multiple reliable witnesses, radar confirmation, and electromagnetic interference as the key points of the case. As the years passed, the details of the case became ingrained in the annals of UFO history. It was one of the most well-documented cases of its kind, leaving many to wonder if there was something in our skies that we don't understand. Did the Iranian Air Force witness advanced foreign technology over Tehran in 1976? Or was it something extraterrestrial visiting our skies? The case remains one of the strongest UFO encounters in history. What do you believe?